What's it like from a mother's perspective, going through the recovery process of your son?
It hurts.
One of my biggest tribulations in life has been my shoulders. They keep getting injured. I've had 5 shoulder surgeries.
5 breaks on the foot, broken collarbone, torn ACL.
The concussion from the accident from falling was so bad that they actually had to induce me into a drug-induced coma.
I knew that I had blown my knee. I knew the feeling. I knew that pop. I knew the heat. I knew the pain. And I knew I was back on the road to recovery again.
Having to see the bills come through and see the money I just taken out for this dream of mine go into my arm, that just kind of spiraled me into a really heavy funk.
Everyone else keeps living their lives, and everyone else keeps walking, and everyone else keeps shopping, and when they go to the grocery store, they can walk from aisle to aisle. And you're riding with the grandmas on the motor-powered cart.
I know how hard that is to watch someone you love in pain and trying to get better.
It's emotionally draining to deal with all of that.
Just kind of having hope that you'd be able to even do some of those things again, but you're not always 100% sure that you will be able to.
And I guess on a spiritual sense, I was really bitter with God. Like, why do I have to have 5 surgeries in my life?
I think it's God's way of saying, hey, there's some things you need to realize.
Writing the story poem, it came to me after my 5th shoulder surgery.
And that 5th one about did us all in.
My stage in life, I was super bitter. I was mad at God, I was mad at myself, I was really bummed on life, and I just started jamming out all the thoughts on my mind, and these rhymes kind of kept coming, and within a couple hours I had a couple pages of a poem, which is now my book, Recovery, and I shared it with a couple people and got really good feedback.
During my second to last surgery, he actually emailed me his poem before he had published it. When I read it, I was laughing, I was on the verge of tears. There were just so many emotions, but behind Jake's wit and his sense of humor, I could feel some real pain, and I could feel some real serious contemplation.
I couldn't have done it without good friends and family. My poor mother, I'm sure she went through a lot of tears.
When you're taken out of your game and you can't do your game, it hurts a mom because you're helpless. You can't do anything. It just feels like there is nothing that you can do to take away the pain.
You'll get over it, whether it's in this life or the next.
This is a crappy moment, but just like winter goes to spring, so will life. You know, those bad moments will end and the good moments will return.
It's a wild rugby season! See you bleed when it's take out the hospital, you get sweet, yeah. They try to take your relief, but you still only getting some prayers and sympathy. Your mama, you helped me write this by showing me to give this priceless.
I've got some of the best friends in the world.
You know, the question we really should be asking is, what can I learn from this?
I've never gone away from an injury without having learned something about myself, learned something about God, learned something about life. And it's, although it's difficult and that requires faith and patience, it seems like in the end there's been a huge spiritual benefit to having gone through so many injuries. And then you'll discover those treasures that are hidden behind the x-rays and the doctor's visits and the rehab and all the emotions that come with an injury.
And calling on your guardian angels, which we will meet someday, and they are here on earth helping you recover and heal and become who you are supposed to be.
If we can just realize that any tribulation we have, whatever it may be, we can definitely turn it into something positive. We can find inspiration in tribulation. So this is my mom, and she's helped me in more ways than I can count. She's been there during my worst of times, through my best of times. And thank you, Mom, for everything.
Sorry, I hope I wasn't a blubbering mess.
Mm-hmm.